Hey gang, welcome back to another exciting day in Pardee's Shop. I am Bob and welcome to Pardee's Shop Shenanigans. Hey, this is my 1989 Jeep Comanche pickup, affectionately referred to as Papa Smurf. That's because of the blue with the white beard. White beard, Papa, don't even go there. Kind of a blustery day outside, didn't want to get too dirty. Shop was a little cold, wasn't going to get crazy warming it up, so I thought, I bought a paintless dent repair kit here a couple months back. I've done a little bit of work with it. And I thought today would be a great chance. I've got a spot right here on the bed. Be a great chance to see what I can do with this. I think I can get behind it to push, as well as do some glue pulling. Maybe together we can make a nice healed spot for Papa Smurf. Stick around, we'll have some fun. So here's the mess that we have out here right now. There's an ice storm that came through here in the Pacific Northwest. Let's say west of the Pacific Northwest. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it's just starting to break up a bit here. We'll get a little bit of rain on this, I'm sure, and it'll go away. But if I can keep from falling on my keister, you can see just, yeah, how much fun this has been, huh? Try going up and down those stairs with an armload of firewood. It's a joy. All right, let's get back in the shop where it's a little bit. Okay, if you know much about paintless dent repair, you know that the idea is to make repairs without having to repaint the vehicle. Especially something old like this, there's no way I could ever repaint this little section and get the faded paint to work and the chipping off clear coat to match, right? So what we want to do is there's two ways to manage paintless dent repair. One is with glue pulling, where you have all different size and shapes of tips that you put glue on, and you put it right where the dent is, and then you take, in this case, this is my super PDR puller, put it in, put pressure on it to pull that out, and then I can also use this little guy here. I can tap down high spots where they are. The other way of doing paintless dent repair is by pushing. If you can get up behind the dent and push it out and work it out that way. So today I'm going to try a couple different things. I am not trained. I am not an expert. I've watched lots of YouTube videos, so that makes me really, really talented. Or not. First off, I got everything cleaned up. Let's get the metal and the paint warmed up as well. Okay, so for perspective, let's see if I can get you in where you can actually see that dent. See how that ripples in there? See the reflections? Obviously, you're looking right here. The idea is I'm going to get a small round pulling tool glued here so I can pull it out. And I've got a high spot up here I'm going to need to tap down. A little bit later, maybe I can pull my light out that puts lines on it. It'll give you a better idea. But here is our before. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's get this metal warmed up, get the paint warmed up, get my fingers warmed up, get my nose warmed up. Now everything I've seen, the main reason I'm doing this is to warm the paint up. I mean, this paint already has a lot of damage. It's far from showroom quality, right? But if I can soften the paint a little bit, even though it's 35 years old, maybe that'll help me from pulling the paint out as I work on this dent. Plus it feels pretty darn good on my fingers out here right now. Okay, and then what we have is we have our hot glue gun. I'm going to put a good dollop right in the middle here. Put that dude right in the middle of my dent. And we're going to see whether I got that right or not. Now, I did some work on my Duramax a while back, using this paintless dent repair for the first time. had some fun with it, but boy, there's no question there's a lot to learn. Okay, this just clips, slides right over here. Get my feet lined out where they should be. There we go. Come on, feet. Boy, Robbie Layton, if you're watching this, this is probably just killing you. If you're watching this, I'd be flattered. Okay. Well, nothing special, but where I am, ooh, I can see it's going to pull the glue rather quickly. Very quickly. And I had this problem last time I did my first shot with this stuff also. I just made a mess. Little alcohol loosens things up for the repair. Actually, what that does is that isopropyl alcohol very quickly releases the glue. It's really pretty amazing. This hot glue will normally stick really well. But boy, as soon as you put it on there, it really does come off quick. I actually pulled a little spot right there. Now, the secret with paintless dent repair, as I know it, is to take your time. Metal gets under a lot of pressures once it's distorted. When it's flat and it's put bent and stamped into place like this was originally, it kind of develops a memory. And then you put a dimple right here and then cause this to bulge out. It's putting pressure on a lot of different things that are going to affect this body line, going to affect how smooth this is, even up under here where we can't see. So let's just give this another go. A little shot of alcohol loosens everything up. Now, this is a very entry-level paintless dent repair set. Two different sets that I bought off of eBay. And I think they probably leave a lot to be desired. But it's caused me to desire to do more. All right, we're going to put a little more glue on you. And boy, if you've ever dealt with hot glue, it is some stringy, messy stuff. Let's put you right there. And I think while that is sitting, I'm going to do a little bit of work. Now, this little tool here is made so you can hammer. Okay, and the idea is not to put it on here and beat on it, but to hold it out just a little bit and tap, 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 tap. Like that, okay? Now there's a lot of different sizes and shapes of tips that you can put on it. Little fine tips, little blunt tips. I've decided I'm going to go with this big blunt tip because this is a big broad surface right here. Well, you gotta be careful because I can see it's moving it, but I don't want to. Because this has sharp tips on it, I want to keep it really square to my surface. I don't want to hit it at an angle. All right, let's see if we can pull any more or not. Come on, my little friend. And looky there, it's actually starting to pull some paint. I was telling you about warming the paint up. See, there's a little piece of paint pulled there, which tells me maybe I will graduate away from trying to pull this and see if I can get behind it, get up underneath there with this tool and push it out. I'm going to see if I can do that. Again, I am a seasoned expert. Take everything that I do and all the advice I give you and then go learn from someone who knows what they're doing. Let me set up differently, see if we can do something that makes some results. Okay, just so you know, this is kind of like a left-handed and a right-handed pry bar, for lack of a better word, pushing tool. And then there's one that's just a simple angle to it. I found the one that I think is going to work best here. So I'm going to try to work real slow and easy. One thing I have learned is, just as a lot of the experts say when you watch any of the videos, the tough thing is just finding where is your tip, right? So if I hold this up and I see about what's going to be, I know about where my hand should be here as I reach back up behind the bed. This is the first time I've done any pushing and can find some access. So let's see what we can do here. Not sure if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but we're seeing movement right here. Ooh, and I got too tight right there. See, I pushed that out, I made a dimple there. This is why you got to be kind of careful, kind of slow. This is one of those instances where my poor pickup is already broken, so hopefully I don't make it much worse. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to put a little pressure right behind here. I can feel where I'm working behind here with a little pressure. I'm going to see if I can tap this down a little bit. See if that'll release some of that pressure right up across here. Definitely an interesting way to get to things. And of course, I may not have the perfect tip on here, but this is how we learn, right? That's the one thing on this channel I keep saying over and over is, you know, get out in your shop and don't be afraid to try. Because A, if you're learning and having fun, it's something you should do. And B, a certain sense of satisfaction to a job done. And it's amazing when it's a job well done. Let's see. This little hammer has a more targeted approach. I can do a nice, you know, flat planishing, or I can turn it over and be very targeted with where I'm hitting. So let's just see if, let's see. What I'm seeing is right along here, I've got this funny spot that's got a lot of pressure on it. The hump is down mostly for right here. And of course, I'm just kind of trying to feel my way with my hand. We'll put a light on it in a little bit, and the light will really tell us a story later. Oof, I've got to be very careful because it wants to, this metal's fairly thin, and it wants to distort and put some dimples in there, so I got to be careful with that. Okay, well, I'm going to keep doing this off camera. We'll come back, take a look together, and see if I've made any progress. Well, our lighting has changed, certainly, but I think if you look at this, I've made some progress. Certainly not going to be a paintless dent repair technician anytime soon, but you can see, I don't know, it's still got a lot of ripple there, but the biggest portion of that dent is gone. It's not going to win any car shows. Chip Foose will not be knocking at my door anytime soon. But, you know, at a glance, other than some things that can kind of buff out there on already faded and not great paint job, we took most of that dent out so it doesn't scream quite as loudly as it used to. You can see, you know, you watch where those ripples are right there, reflections. But hey, I think we'll take it, right? Okay, thanks for joining me for another afternoon out in the shop working on Papa Smurf. If you like any of the content here at Party Shop Shenanigans, do me a favor, would you? Hit the like button down here. Maybe hit subscribe up here, unless it's over here. I don't know, wherever it happens to be. Turn on notifications as well so that when I post something new, we can spend some time together. Go out and make someone smile today. You both deserve it. Bob out.